Hi, I'm Ro from Jericho. Email is one of the most profitable marketing channels of all, and it's making more money for more companies than it ever has. So 3 years ago, my colleagues and I produced the first ever in-depth report on email, and we benchmarked its success in New Zealand. Now we've done it again. To produce this 2013 Jericho New Zealand email metrics report, we analysed a huge sample of data from hundreds of millions of emails sent in the first half of 2013. Now over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to run you through the top 6 insights we gained through this research, and I'm going to tell you how you can get a copy of the full 30+ page report. We're going to look at 6 things. We're going to look at email on mobile versus desktop. We're going to look at Android versus iPhone, the open rate for emails overall in 2013, and which industry sectors have the highest and lowest rates. We look thoroughly at click-through rates, the best day of the week to send, and lastly, I'm going to tell you how you can get your copy of the report. In New Zealand, how many of us are reading and responding to emails now on our smartphones? We tracked emails sent during July in 2012 and 2013 to measure how consumers are reading and responding to emails on smartphones. And we really wanted to see the change in behaviour over that year. So what we saw is the number of emails being opened on desktops declined by 11% and click-throughs declined by 9%, while mobile opens and clicks grew by a staggering 43% and 73%. Yes, we are 73% happier to click now. Probably, I'd say, thanks to faster mobile internet, bigger data caps, and just an overall better mobile website interface experience. It's just a lot more fun than it was 12 months ago. We looked at what type of devices they're using too. Apple's iOS still dominates, but it has lost ground to Android. We saw Apple's majority in 12 months fall from 90% of all mobile device email opens to 78% in 2013. That is still major, but it's a sharp decline. And what's more, Android device users opened 133% more emails and clicked 107% more times than they did a year earlier. Maybe that's because the Android phones like Samsung and HTC are really nice to use now. They're cheaper and more companies are issuing them to staff who, of course, use them to read email. We found at least 1 in 3 emails sent in New Zealand during the first half of 2013 were opened. We look at render rate and confirmed open rate in our report. What does that mean? I'm glad you asked. The render rate is really just an accurate way of saying open rate. You probably know that an email can be opened without you seeing it reported because the tracking pixel is blocked. Render means that the tracking pixel has literally been rendered. And because we love facts here at Jericho, we also measure the confirmed open rate. So we take the render rate, we check to see any of the email that haven't registered as rendered have had any other signs of life. For example, if the email has had a link clicked, we know it's been opened. So the figure you're going to see in the report is the overall unique confirmed open rate, and that is 32%. More mobile devices and a growing use of marketing automation sending more targeted emails are both making big impacts on email campaign performance. And on the flip side, your customers will switch off if you are delivering a rubbish campaign now. So who's doing a rubbish job? We broke the numbers down into types of business. When we did this, we see industry categories with results that vary from the late teens to the 50s, but more on that in a minute. In summary, one of email's main advantages over other media is that you can measure it. It's kind of like a sheet of glasses laid over your marketing, and you can really see everything that's going on. While we all know and accept that open rate metrics are not a perfect measure, they are the standard that's reported worldwide, and so they are helpful when making comparisons. Next up, we look at click rates. There are 2 useful ways of examining click-through rates, and we have analysed both of them for you. First up, the click-through rate is the number of times a link is clicked from an email message divided by the number of messages sent. This figure overall this year was 5%. And next we looked at the click to open rate, which is the unique number of times a link is clicked from a message divided by the unique number of confirmed opens for that message. What did I just say? Okay, the click-to-open rate calculates click-through rates as a percentage of messages opened instead of messages delivered. In other words, the CTO measures how effective your email message was in motivating those recipients who opened it to subsequently click a link. We think it's a really useful measurement and we use it all the time because once your email is opened, what you really want to know is, do your calls to action appeal enough to motivate the click? Do people want to read more, want to buy now? Do they want to go through to your website? So in our study, this figure was 15% overall. To get you the most relevant stats possible for your own businesses, we segmented the results into 30 different industry types, and then we focused on render and click metrics. Looking at render rates confirmed we're a nation of primary industry. Horticulture, agriculture, marine has the highest render rates, followed by wholesale and import-export. Electricity, gas, waste, water, and followed by insurance and superannuation. And this really aligns with our daily observation that, as well as being used widely by businesses talking to other businesses, email is performing very, very strongly as a B2B channel. On the consumer side, retail at 27%, automotive at 28%, and health and fitness at 38% were solid performers. Lower figures show for travel and tourism, local government, and ad agencies, although these numbers are still strong compared to overseas email performance metrics. Next, we looked at click-through rates and we found software, electricity, gas and agriculture along with media all made it into double figures with the clicks they motivated, while real estate, financial services and central government all achieved click rates of 7% or so. Apparently the economy kept us more interested in spending than in a new job because consumers were much more likely to click on a retail email than one from a recruitment company. In analysing the best day to send, when we crunched through those millions of emails, the response numbers were quite evenly spread throughout the week. It was the weekend where things got interesting, with Saturday and Sunday campaigns showing the highest open rates at 35%, and Sunday the highest click-to-open rates overall at an impressive 16%. And as a marketer, the gap is wide open for you because most of you appear to send campaigns when you've got them signed off and not when it suits your audience. There are 1,700% more campaigns sent on a Friday than on a Sunday. Tuesday also shows good open and click-through rates at 33% and 16%. In our experience, the best day to send depends on your audience and you are sure to know them better than anyone else. B2B emails really need to hit when your audience is on the job, and it stands to reason that B2C might work a bit better on the weekends. The complete 35-page 2013 email marketing metrics report is looking gorgeous, and it's going to be published in the next couple of weeks. We're doing that because every single day we're asked for relevant, reliable metrics on email marketing. Jericho's been leading innovation in online marketing in New Zealand for 13 years, and our talented services teams and SmartMail Pro software platform has been the partner of choice for hundreds of government, corporate and SME businesses since 2002. Now we've grown to over 50 people and we've got offices in Sydney, Melbourne, Singapore and here in Auckland, New Zealand. So when New Zealand-focused marketers want local metrics to help them benchmark the performance of their own email marketing, they turn to us. You can register your interest now and we'll send you an email, of course, when it's ready. And on that note, this is a warm invitation wherever you are. If you want to talk about these results and the implications for your business, you can contact our team here at Jericho. We are all geniuses and we're nice and we're passionate about making email make you money.